Once upon a time, in a small village called Obinagu, there lived a farmer named Oji. Oji was known as the strongest man in the village, but he was also the meanest. Oji had a big farm with many crops like yams, cassava, and corn. His farm was always full of food, but Oji never wanted to share. He kept all his crops to himself and didn't care if others were hungry. In Obinagu, everyone knew Oji as the wicked farmer. He never smiled, never helped anyone, and always chased away children who came near his farm. Whenever a villager passed by his farm, Oji would shout, "Get away from my land. This is all mine." The villagers were kind people. They always shared what they had with one another. If someone had extra yams, they would give them to their neighbors. But Oji was different. He only thought about himself. One day, a big storm came to Obinagu. The wind blew so hard that the villagers' crops were destroyed. The trees fell, and the rivers overflowed. Everyone in the village was worried because there wasn't enough food left. The village elders gathered and decided to ask Oji for help. They knew he had plenty of food stored in his barn. So, they went to Oji's house and knocked on his door. "Oji, please help us," said Neka, one of the elders. "The storm has ruined our crops, and we have nothing to eat. Can you share some of your food with us?" But Oji only frowned and shook his head. "No. I worked hard for my food, and I will not give it away," he said angrily. "Go away and leave me alone." The elders left Oji's house feeling sad. They didn't know what to do. The villagers tried to find food in the forest, but there wasn't much. Soon, the children began to cry from hunger. As the days passed, Oji stayed in his house, eating his food and ignoring the cries of the villagers. He was happy that he had enough to eat, but deep inside, he felt lonely. He noticed that no one came to visit him, and the village children no longer played near his farm. One evening, Oji looked out of his window and saw a little girl named Ada sitting by the river. She was crying because she was hungry. Oji felt something in his heart, something he hadn't felt before. He didn't like seeing Ada cry. He thought about it for a while and decided to go outside. He walked to the river and sat beside Ada. "Why are you crying?" Oji asked, trying to sound kind. "I'm hungry, and there's no food at home," Ada said, wiping her tears. "Mama said we should pray, but I'm still hungry." Oji looked at Ada and then at his farm. He remembered how he had chased away the children, and how he had refused to help the villagers. For the first time, he felt sorry for being so selfish. Oji stood up and walked to his barn. He took some yams, cassava, and corn and brought them to Ada. "Here, take this to your mother," he said. Ada's eyes lit up with joy. "Thank you, Uncle Oji," she said, hugging him tightly. Oji felt warm inside. It was a feeling he hadn't felt in a long time. After that day, Oji began to change. He started sharing his food with the villagers. Whenever someone needed help, Oji was there. He smiled more often, and the village children began to play near his farm again. The villagers were surprised by Oji's change of heart, but they were also happy. They welcomed him back into the village with open arms. Soon, Oji wasn't known as the wicked farmer anymore. He became known as the kind and generous farmer who helped everyone in need. From that day on, Obinagu became a happier place. The villagers learned that sharing and kindness could make even the hardest heart soft. And Oji learned that it's not good to keep everything to yourself. When you share, you make others happy, and you also find happiness yourself. Sharing is caring. When you help others, you make the world a better place, and you feel good inside too.